I start off any Art Mack Makes painting by making the canvas sheet. I use any cotton fabric. I mix together Mod Podge, paint, water, and baking soda to make my own gesso, which is a primer that helps the canvas grab hold of the paint. The first step is sketching. This week I'm painting my dog 100 times, so there was a lot of sketching to do. I'm using this scarf as color inspiration, so once I get my colors all picked out, then it's time to start painting. Things will go well until they suddenly don't, and you hate everything. And you're frustrated and just not having fun anymore. I'm not having fun anymore. It's been almost 2 weeks when I started this, and back when I started it, it was exciting and fun, and I had momentum, and this always happens when I paint. Then it just at some point, stopped. And then I just feel like I'm in this standstill. Even when I'm working on the painting, all I'm doing is just, putting more paint on the areas I've already done, and, retouching up things that didn't need to be touched up. And making it worse. It just doesn't feel good. I still feel like I'm trying to figure out how to paint. And now I'm also trying to figure out how to make this show. Existential crisis episode wasn't supposed to be till next week. Okay, I'm putting off getting back to this. Just like a woman in labor, all I needed was a few pushes, and then it was finally over. I still don't love it, but I don't have to think about it ever again. Welcome to today's episode of the Art Mack Makes Show, the weekly show for Graham and the fam where Mac makes art and also makes conversation. Yeah, I said this is a weekly show. Did you know that? I post an episode every single week. Some weeks are just longer than others. Thought I was going to make a video about that painting. Honestly, I don't like talking about it, and it is still haunting me a little bit. Ah! I think what's best for all of us is if I just move on. I'll show you what else I've been making this week. The goal for this episode is to get it done so that I can make the next episode. And I think that's a good place to be because it means I have a lot of ideas. All of these are video ideas. I'm shaking them so you can't see what they are. I also made this. It was a leather purse I thrifted, took apart, and then used one of the pieces to make this. I made a bunch of tiny little notebooks out of papers, different kinds of papers. Then I made them into this, which is a traveler's notebook. It's not something I invented. Excuse my agenda. I have lots of room for my plans, ideas for videos. Seriously, get excited. It was the Oscars this week, and at my job, we had a competition of who would get the most right, of predicting. There has to be a better way to say that. Oscar winner prediction contest. And guess who won? I just want to say to everybody who said I'd never be nothing, I won the Oscars thing at work. Can't say that I'm not nothing now. As my prize for winning, I got these 3 items branded with Atom ticketing logos on them, which means they are definitely something that was just in a back room of the theater that my boss found. I mean, a trophy is a trophy. This isn't a trophy, it's a water bottle. Oh, speaking of the Oscars, I made a Barbie-sized replica of Margot Robbie's Oscar dress. I sewed it all together from a pillowcase, actually. It was a Dollar Tree pillowcase. As you can see, it's such a pointless thing to say, as you can see. If you can see it, I don't need to tell you that you can see it. It's a strapless, sparkly black, form-fitting gown with some rouging over the hips. I was able to recreate that with just making this tight gown based on this pattern. Then I made a separate piece to go over it that had the rouging detail. Then I took a risk and it was looking pretty good, but I decided to cover it with black glitter. And honestly, I'm so glad I did. I also styled her like Margot is styled. I used this eyeshadow to darken the roots of her hair. And yeah. I would do a really quick worm update, except when I looked in there last, I saw a little bit of mold and some gooiness, and I kind of think things have taken a turn for the worst. So we're just gonna go, move on. Now we're talking about something else. I've also been trying a lot of sewing this week, but that's a whole thing. Me and sewing have a very complicated relationship. Sewing seems to hate me, but then I also hate sewing. So it doesn't sound complicated, but I promise it is. Oh, look at my outfit of the day. This video's outfit of the day features a hazmat yellow sequined bodysuit, complete with a coordinating apron so nothing will get on those sparkles and dim your shine. My shine, it's mine. I also made one for Barbie. Speaking of Barbie, I got this completely joyful addition to my Barbie collection. It is the Little Debbie Barbie from 1992. Something about this one is so charming to me. I just love it. And I got her on eBay for like $16. Isn't she darling? As soon as I got her, I started feeling like something was missing. Little Debbie don't have any cakes. No, what am I trying to say? But then I came up with the idea of making Barbie scale Little Debbie snacks. I made the boxes, I made the snacks, I packaged them. Look at that. I'll give you more detail on how I made these later in the form of some short videos. Until then, just know two things. Number one, it takes a surprising amount of math to do this. And number two, I look cute when I do math. I'm very proud of these. I think they're just, they're so cute. My prescription has recently changed, meaning I now have new glasses. I really like them. The frames are called Gladys, and I painted a self-portrait. I did the whole thing of setting up the mirror and looking at myself and painting. Isn't that great? See, I can paint, just not all the time. And I can't control when I can. That's why I get sad. To transition to the next thing, we're gonna do this. Boop, boop, boop.
Do I seem a little scattered? It's because this is the script this week.
I've been making little fish ponds. Look at how cute they are. You can hang them on your wall. You can just carry them like a bag. Throw them at your cousins if you're mad at them. This one's real small if you need to throw it at a baby. But actually, do you see how cute these are? Look at this one with the dish. Anyways, miniature Barbie case. Comes with tiny little Barbies inside. It's just a darling little miniature case. Well, Mama found herself the full-size one. I got this on eBay too, not a sponsor. But look at that. Mini and big. eBay has done good to me recently. Oh, these are other Barbies I've thrifted. And the little pictures are the Barbies that they are. So this is a wedding Ken, actually. How do I know this? By lots of deducing and lots of observation and lots of looking on the internet. And now that I'm standing here holding this, it's feeling a little creepy. I thought it would be nice. Okay, let's keep this moving on. Next thing is, I am a huge fan of horror. I made it out of movie posters. It works. You can open it. You can close it. You can feel like a fabulous peacock with it. All right, cut. We need to speed this up. I haven't been talking that long. You have, actually, and it's starting to upset editing Mac. You're not making this easy for me. Can I just show a few more things? I don't think we have time for anything else. I'm supposed to piece all of this together into a cohesive episode somehow. This episode's getting way too long. And then camera Matt gets upset every time I try to cut something. I just spent a lot of time on it is all. Listen, we've all spent a lot of time on this. Okay. I don't even want to talk about the amount of time I spent editing that dog painting thing, and then we decided to cut it.
We end up cutting this?
Let's all just take a deep breath and move on. Look at her. She's already working on stuff for the next episode. Was I not supposed to? Wait, isn't this whole conversation just making things more complicated? Because from where I'm sitting, it looks complicated. Wait, no, she has a point. We need to stop this. We can always cut it later. I have written it all out, but we could cut it. I think we should cut it. It would probably be good to cut it. Too late now. Thanks for watching this episode of the Art Mack Makes Show. Like the video if you like the video, and hit the subscribe button if you want to be part of the group. I'll send you the next episode soon. Bye. Bye. See you later. Yep. My breasts.